down to Chris Kinley.
Yeah, Tim, in the middle of the 350s here. Can't wait for the start of this. And you've just been mentioning all the numbers there, all the changes, etc. like that. Just by number, sorry, just move out the way a little bit. Just by number 54. You just mentioned him. Grant Sellers, and let's maybe have a word with Grant if we can and see how he is. Our first victim will be Grant today, I think. How are you, sir? All right?
Fine, thank you very much.
Tell us about your classic TT. How's it been? What a terrible... This is one of the worst you've known.
Oh, absolutely. And I've been coming for 50 years.
Is this your 50th year this year?
1969, I rode first.
Isn't that incredible, isn't it? How quick has that time gone?
Rapidly.
We're just hearing of a 5-minute delay.
Yeah, okay, well...
Tell us
do it now.
What can you do? Tell us about your first one then, all those years ago. Can you remember it like it was yesterday?
Oh, vividly, yes. It was on a... They'd only give me a ride in the 250 class in those days. I couldn't get in with a junior bike or a senior bike. And there were always short of entries for the 250 class. So we got it. It's a Villiers Star Maker engine special. And I think my fastest lap was 78 miles an hour or something. But I did 11 practice laps. I remember it vividly. And I always remember... Before I even got out for practice, something happened and flywheel came off and it broke a casing. And I went to the race office then, and whoever was manning the race office said, "Oh, I'll get that sorted." This was a Sunday, I believe. And they pulled a chap out. I went down off Pale Road somewhere to get this welded. And this guy'd been at the cinema with his family and had put a notice on the cinema thing, and he'd come down and welded my job up for the Monday morning. I think that's how it used to be.
And that's how it... well, in some respects, it is today like that as well, because Paul Owen, one of the lads in the 250s, he had to get his exhaust welded, putting out an appeal. There's some guy from the steam packer said, "Bring it down here, we'll do it for you." So it still goes on that welding can happen, because things like aluminium welding and things like that, it's a specialist thing, isn't it?
Gas welding then. There was no make and take and stuff then at all. But yes, absolutely. So, yeah, it was good.
What about the bike? How's she been?
Oh, very good, thank you. Yes. Made a mess of it on Saturday with the senior bike. It didn't stall on the line. It faded away on the line, so I had to start clear last. And unfortunately, with me getting a revised start time with it, I got flagged off after 3 laps. John McInnes passed me just up the road, so unfortunately that was that. So I only got 3 laps in, but it was going very well, about 91, 92, something like that.
It's all right, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It is for a septuagenarian plus 3.
50 years coming here. Many congratulations on that, and enjoy your race.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Grant. Cheers. Thanks very much for that. And Mark, you are allowed in here, you know. Our photographer, next Grant Sellers, on 54. Move down a little bit more. Nice in here, isn't it? Oh, trying not to get in photographs. Don't want to get in the way. Can't be doing that. We are, well, 10, 15 minutes away from the start. Chris McGarn's here with his number 21 bike, with his brothers over. See him just move around the back. Mass move change has been done by everybody. Good job on the little fella to get through all these people, I can tell you. It's the Pork Pie Hat Brigade. Alan Whitwell's there. Who else can we see? Maybe David Travers might have a quick word. And hello, David, you all right?
Yeah, not bad, sir.
I like your little earplugs. Are they custom made?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They do a good job.
Well, they weren't too bad, and they work quite well. So yeah, they're all right.
How's the bike been?
Well, the pattern broke down in the race. Got some bits of metal in the bottom, so that's going to be very expensive.
Yeah, that's going to cost you. What about this girl, though? What about the little Honda?
It's been all right. It's slightly down on power, but it gave me a good ride. That's what it's all about.
It's a 3-lap race. Yeah. Are you going to have to splash and dash first lap?
No, not at all. No, none of the Hondas should have to do that. Well, in fact, I don't think there'll be many bikes that will need to.
Our man in the pit lane who does all the timing for the pit stops, Tim O'Hanlon's been saying, "Who's going to come in? Who's going to come in?"
I don't think anybody's going to come in. I doubt it. Even Will Loader on the Greaves, he'll do 3 laps okay, so...
Tim says he's going home. Don't need him.
Don't need him.
So good luck for the race. At least we got a bit of sunshine after a long delay.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thanks, Dave. Cheers, David Travers. Opposite 26 is his number there. Try not to get run over. That is the main thing, because there's quite a few people around who still here. Some of the classic bikes coming in as well, so they're getting parades in. Again, it's under the camera shot, and Sealy 350 just been nicely warmed up. Gardner carburetors on the side. Just looking across to Michael Rutter's bike, the number 4 machine. He's had a lot of problems with that machine in through practice, but hopefully not. And Keith Dixon, we're just ahead of here now. Just let Keith Dixon just do his preparations. Just getting up to a little bit of temperature, nice and relaxed, and been quite cool, to be honest with you. 23 as well. Ewan, what's a little look over the board, see how Ewan's done. He's done 92.57 is Ewan. Let's see how Ewan is on this 500. We'll leave Keith on just for a minute. And well, young Master Ewan Hamilton, how are you, sir?
Just the usual, just before a race. I won't swear in front of it. It's not. 9 o'clock yet.
It's after 9 a.m. Listen, how's it been practice-wise on the little Honda for you? How's it been?
It's not been fantastic. I've really had 2 laps. I had huge ignition problems during the week, so Saturday night was qualifying night yet, and that was it. That's all I've really had. So we're just going to have to suck it and see, but hey, it'll be enjoyable whatever it is.
Yeah, man, you've been here on 250s, 350s, all sorts of 2-strokes. What about this 4-stroke malarkey on the Honda?
Well, I call the TZ a perch, and I call this bike a couch, so that gives you some idea. Here on the body, when you get to, when you've got a bus pass, it's a lot easier.
So it's like putting. What does somebody describe it as? It's like putting an old. It's like putting a what shall I say? An old pair of shoes on.
It absolutely is, and these things are just fantastic to ride. They're completely different to the 2-strokes. You've got to keep these buzzing all the time, But I'm lucky. I've got a good girlfriend who actually helps me, Janice, and she keeps me going,
Keeps you fit.
Absolutely.
Good man. Good luck, Ewan. Thank you very much for that. I do apologise for a little bit of breakup we are having on the line here, because in here, just trying to get in the middle of it all, there's all these transformers and starters, and there's all sorts of things. So we're just going to move out, and Eunice, just tell me if it does improve. So, thank you, Adam. Thank you very much, young man. So, is that better, Eunice? Hopefully it is now. Now, in a minute. Yeah. Thank you very much for that. So we will just leave these boys here. Alex, he's been out for cheeky lappers. Alex, I'm going to grab a word in a minute. He's just having a quick word with Dan Cooper. Where's Alex Sinclair? What's he gone in practice? Let's have a little look. He is. Let me find him in my list. 19th quickest on the little Honda. So I'll have a word with Alex if we can. Hopefully we're not going to get any break up on this one. Just jump in. Sorry, bud. Alex, quick word. How was the RC30 lap?
Brilliant.
Good fun.
Yeah. Nice heads up for the start of the race. So let's go for it.
What were track conditions like?
Just a bit very windy on the mountain, so it's going to these little bikes are going to struggle.
Okay, all right. Thanks very much, Alex. Cheers. Thanks very much. Dan Cooper there as well, looking pretty cool. Try and grab word with him when we get up on the line. Just coming up to 22.4 it is now. Over there, maybe Fergie. Let's have a word with Steve Ferguson if we can. Sorry, Serge, for not getting in your way. And I know his name is Serge because he has it on his jumper. Fergie, tell us about the 500. What happened?
It was 50p spring, Chris, in gear selector, mate, that broke.
Do you know, if I had a quid for every time a rider told me that,
you'd have 2 springs.
No, I'd have probably about 80 quid, to be honest, because it happens every year. Stupid little things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You hate this place sometimes.
Well, it's very frustrating, but in some ways, we haven't lost an engine or anything, more expensive, so, but yeah, very frustrating, absolutely. Felt good, and yeah, I think we could have had a decent result, but
definitely.
For everyone else, you've got to finish, obviously, and we didn't do that, so.
Classic racing, eh?
Absolutely.
What about this one, 350? Hang on a second, was that?
3:55.
Another 5-minute delay on it, okay.
That's okay. Yeah, feeling really good. What have I done today? I've had a siesta this afternoon. I've cuddled my spaniel. The wife's made me a lovely sandwich, and I'm good to go, mate. So.
What was the sandwich filling? We need to know these things.
It was Manx cheese on toast, actually.
Oh, now you're talking. Is it which one, just plain? Or?
No, it was mature.
Mature cheese. Do you not put some like crap black peppercorns in it?
No. I'm not that sort of brave, am I? No.
What do you like? You can buy it, with the peppercorns in it. Other brands of cheese on the island are available.
It was good. It was good, whatever it was.
Can't beat the Manx cheese, can you?
But yeah, looking forward to this. Just going to get my head down, mate. 3 laps at slightly cooler temperatures, which I think will suit our bike. Well, suit them all, actually. It's hard work for these little engines around here. And, yeah.
The missus is putting their fingers crossed.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, really looking forward to it, like I say. Just going to get my head down and see what happens.
Pit stops, I don't think, going to come into play with normally 3 laps.
No, we don't. We can get 4 on it.
Everybody, I don't think.
Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. This is, from flag to flag, mate. Just head down, arse up, mate.
Good luck.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank cheers, no problem at all. Thanks very much. So an extra, unfortunately, 5-minute delay, and maybe grab a word with Phil McGurk if we can. I think not sure it's not his bike that's running. You're not running there, are you? That's not your bike running. It's the one next to you, isn't it?
It's not running. No, it's not running now, Chris.
You can just see your hand on the throttle slightly, and I thought, oh god, he's got the thing running. No, so leave you alone. How is it, Phil? What about the 500 race? Tell us about that.
500 it's pretty lonely really. Once I'd seen Peter boast, I managed to keep with him for a while until a clutch cable snapped. And then once that had snapped, obviously anywhere slow, I kind of lost a few metres every time. So we kept it going, but it was a bit difficult at times.
Hard work.
Yeah.
What about this one then on the 350? Good?
Yeah, the 350 goes good. Happy with it. Everything seems all right. And it looks like the weather's going to be okay for us as well.
Well, I've just spoke to Alex Sinclair and he says it's pretty good out there, just a little bit blowy on the top. Is this going to affect maybe the gearing a bit, possibly?
We've always run pretty much the same gearing, so I'm not one really that goes for different gearing for different days. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Obviously, you were here on the modern bikes not too long ago. You're getting into this classic lark now, aren't you?
Sorry, say again, Chris.
I said you were here on the modern bikes a few years ago. Now you're getting really into this classic lark, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I think really now we've kind of dropped the modern bikes, and particularly sort of from my point of view with the Gold Star, it's been a real challenge to get it going right. You know, the little Honda does go really well, but it's not as much of a challenge to keep it going at that sort of performance. So it has been interesting.
You've seen some changes here at the Manx Grand Prix over the years. What do you make of it all?
Well, the changes had to come. You know, from the classic point of view, it was getting slimmer and slimmer on the entries, and it's been divisive in some ways, but in others, it's been really a massive step forward.
Quality machine that's here as well, isn't it? It's fantastic. I mean, how much money's worth in that classic TT Super? How much is here?
Well, I haven't got a clue, but you only have to look at the MVs and the patterns, and there's massive amounts of money here.
Would you like to have a run on a pattern? Oh, it's gone quiet, thank goodness for that.
It's a double-edged sword, Chris. Yes, I'd love to have a go on one.
But if it's not yours?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, the Gold is my baby, and we've worked with it from day one, so it's been a challenge to get it where it is, and that's part of the enjoyment of it for us. It's not necessarily a race-winning bike. Well, it isn't a race-winning bike, but we've been trying to do something with it that's never been done before. So.
Well, that's good. A bit of development over the years. David Travers, you just said about his pattern that he found some metal in the bottom of the case, and so he said he thinks he's not going to take it apart yet because he knows it's going to be expensive. They're expensive things to work on, those patterns, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're exceedingly expensive. There's only one place for the parts. You've got to go back to the factory, and all of it's, you know, telephone numbers.
Don't want that anymore, do you?
No, well, I can't afford it anyway.
Good man, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
Bye.
Phil McGirt, thank you very much for that. And I think we have Danny Webb there. We do. He's just speaking to some chaps, and he's getting into the spirit of the things with a rather swishing hat with the Suzuki on it. That's rather swish. Where'd you get that from?
Suzuki.
Freebie.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Looked the part. Anyway, yeah, he looked well at Goodwood in that.
Yeah, no, it's see what happens. Hopefully we can get off the line and just see what the race brings us.
What about the other day in the RG? How was that, the RG5? Well, you got one out in the RG later. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been good. We've had a few little issues with it, but nothing major. It's been running rich quite a lot of the time, so we've just needed time on it just to, you know, get it dialed in, get myself dialed in with it. But we've done 115.5 on it, so, you know, it's still good going. We've still got a lot to learn about it myself. You know, the team know a lot about it, but, you know, just bringing one back here, you find out all the little niggly problems. So, but, you know, hopefully we can kind of next year we've got the data, and we know what to come with for next year.
You've had a pretty good RG500 man in your corner helping you out, Mick Grant, as well. He knows how to win on one of them round here, doesn't he? What's kind of advice has that man been giving you?
Yeah, he's made my mind a lot more at ease, because, you know, at first I thought riding a two-stroke around this place is going to be, you know, lethal, but it's actually not. It's a pleasure to ride, and when you do get it right, it's fantastic. And Mick's been absolutely brilliant with me. You know, he's been in my corner and he's been helping me out, and it's been a massive help. So yeah, thank you to him. And we're just, you know, you got to ride it a lot different. You got to use the gears. You got to ride it properly, and we are getting there with it. We just need a bit more time. We could have done with a bit more practice, but, you know, they've been cancelled for safety reason, which is completely the right thing to do. So we'll just, you know, we've got a 4-lap race this afternoon, and we'll use that.
Three.
Oh, is it 3?
Down to 3, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so we've got the 3-lap race, and then we'll just take that back. And
oh, you mean the 4-lap race for the big bikes, 3 laps of this one, beg your pardon?
Yeah, for the big
just
bikes.
You correct me, it's all right.
That's all right.
How's this been? Hang on a sec.
Further apologies. New start time. We've got the last few bikes coming down the hill now from the Craig. New start time at 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock for the start of the Classic Junior TT. Thank you.
So there you go.
Yeah, we've only done 1 lap on this, so we'll just if we can get to the end, it'd be fantastic.
500 Classic the other day. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. Again, we didn't do much time on one due to the weather, but yeah, it was right. We ended up sixth. We kept going. We'd done 103. I think our fastest lap was. So it's not too bad. It's just the bike kept going, and for the time we've had on it, you can't get your problems sorted out. So yeah, it was a good result.
All right, good luck with this one when we get going in 15 minutes time.
Brilliant. Thank you, mate.
Stan, cheers. Thanks very much, Danny Webb. So let's go round. I can't talk while I'm on air. Sorry. If you have a message, pass it on to that chap there. Okay? Can't talk while I'm on air. I can't do that. Well, I could do it, I suppose, but it'd sound a bit daft having a conversation with somebody like that. And Dan Cooper, maybe just grab a quick word. Now, I didn't want to speak to you when you were down there, so I just thought I'd let you get up. Because how you doing, Coops? All right?
Yeah, I'll be glad when we get on with this. You know what I mean? But
kicking your heels.
Yeah, I've done 3 laps all week.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah. The first night on Saturday I got to Ballacrane, and that was that. And then Friday night I got to Crosby, got back and got out on a lap on the 350, and then yesterday I got to Crosby again on the 250, and yeah, that was that. So yeah, 3 laps, and yeah, feels like I've been here all year.
Like it does. Crosby pub though, did you stop at?
No, I didn't quite get that far. I got to the crossroads just before. It's like torture.
Didn't let you walk around the back. Now, I was out on the mountain bike the other day up near the back of the Craig the Bar, place called Conrenny, and there's a little trailer called Cooper's Cut. So you're going to have to get up there with your BMX, and it's called Cooper's Cut. You're going to have to ride it.
Well, as long as I don't have to use it this afternoon to get back when I broke down.
No, you don't have to do that, no.
We're planning on going 3 laps today.
3 laps straight through, no pit stops. I think that's everybody's general consensus, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Well, they're... I don't think anybody will be stopping for fuel A, and with the MV Augustas not being here, it's good really, because that would have favoured them, that 3-lap race. So yeah, I think it's all to play for.
Ooh, okay, so it's going to be tight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good race. Hey, obviously you got to get it to the finish first, but yeah, I'm going to be trying. I mean, after the week I've had, I've got to make something of this. So we'll have a good go.
All right, good luck, Dan. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, thank you much, Dan Cooper. Cheers. Yeah, he's going to have a good go. He tells me. Another man is always good to have a little go. If I kick him on that knee, he might fall over. Hello, young man.
Oh, am I?
That's Dave Madsen-Migley, if you don't know. Come on, Dave. What was your first year here? 86, 83?
No, I think it was 81, I think.
81 was your first year here?
I think, I came on a 250. We borrowed that from Mike Wheeler's Motorcycles in Whitney. But we used to ride in big bikes, so we borrowed the 250. I think that was 81 anyway, and it was a production bike, which had come third in 76 with Alan North and Mick Patrick on.
And a Brookman 2-man team, obviously, yes? Yeah?
Yeah, that's what they did. So that's the first Manx I did, and I've been doing the TT with the Manx ever since.
81, so that's 80. Oh, goodness, that's 37 years.
Yeah, a long time, isn't it, Chris?
Is that 37 or is that 47? 37.
Well, I'm only 38 anyway, so
Yeah. How did the 250 do today? Got it to the end?
Well, we got it to the end, but we went the wrong way with the jet, and it's, when you get a bike that's you don't really know or it's not new, you have to try and get it in because you can't get the parts from it readily. So we've got it finished, but next year I think we've got that one sorted. We should have the right stuff and it should be good. And the 500 Honda went well. What I thoroughly did enjoy myself now. I was supposed to go out on Desi Evans's triple in that parade lap, but it wouldn't start with the fuse gone and everything. So we took my old triple out. That I
thought I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, so that's been in the garage for the last 5 years, not touched until we got it out, just put it in the shed, so they could see it. And it was great to actually take that out because I won on that in 2012, and I thoroughly enjoyed that lap on it. It was great.
What about this race?
Well, there's some quick boys. It's going to be quick. Of course, Rutt is going to be there. I quite fancy Dan for it if his bike stays running. He's got a quick little bike there. But the conditions are good round it, and hopefully we'll get it out of the way.
Was it nice to get on that parade, though, David? All those other guys. I mean, did he catch anyone up?
Oh, I didn't go too hard because the tyres are fairly hard, but I did make it sound well, and I caught a couple of them. And of course, there's marshals. And of course, some of them wouldn't go past the marshal because they thought they were too slow, and it got a bit patchy in places. But I went through and I had a fantastic lap. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And there was another lad on a modern type bike, and he came past me I went past him twice, but he obviously thought he was faster than the triple. But he got me going up the mountain mile, and then I got him back after on the corners, and I beat him all the way back here. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great.
It's a parade, Dave, not a race.
I was very steady. I wasn't trying, didn't over rev it, but because there's a lot of people out there that or maybe old or whatever, but our lines aren't right. You know what I mean? So you don't have to be going really quick to get a little lap in and enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? You just go at your own speed and take. There were some places I caught other people up, and it was like in traffic. I just sat and waited till I knew where they were going on the straight and overtook them and everything. But everybody's got different abilities and that.
Of course, you have. Yeah, I reckon you should get a sidecar and you should let Jill drive and you should go on the passenger.
Yeah, she might get a bit stroppy. She might argue.
I doubt that very much. When are you going to think about hanging up the leathers, Dave? I mean, it's a long time you've been doing this now. Is it about time you had a break and put your feet up, go and sit on the hedge with the grandkids and just chill?
Well, I don't know. I've been doing it for so long. It's sort of like part of your life. And I must admit, TT. I was doing a lot. I was busy before TT, and we didn't spend a lot of time on the TT bike. So we didn't have a very good TT really, because we didn't finish 2 races. So after the TT, I said, right, that's it. I'll get me 2 RCs straight in. And we worked flat out on them. We're still going to work as well. We were fairly well organised for bike-wise, but of course with all the weather, it's upset things a little bit. And we did have a puncture. Well, we didn't have a puncture. We checked the tyre pressure on everything on the RC30 and went off. I thought, it feels funny. And cut a long story short, I took it steady to Balacrane, and I got the other side and checked the wheel bearing, checked tyre and everything seemed okay. But when we got back here, the tyre had gone down. It was only like £10. So in a straight line, the bike wasn't too bad. But around a corner, it was weaving. And what it was a metal cap, but the little seal in the cap had gone into the valve. And where they've tightened it up tighter, it pushed the red seal into the valve. So of course that was holding the valve out, and the cap was keeping the air in. And that's why it went down. So it was. Had I not thought about it, I went fast. But I drove the bike back. We've sorted that. And then, of course, with all the bad practice we've had, I went out to put a fast lap in, and there was too many newcomers about, and in the end I just aborted the lap, and I only just got into the superbike race. I think a last man standing.
What about the 30 years RC30? Because you're an RC30 support. You've had one for years, rode one for years and years and years. I mean, how many of them out on the grid today? That was fantastic to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were a lot better condition. There's a few of them that I actually race with. And I've got pictures of them in their day when they race. They're absolutely mint. And but they got the anniversary, and I've just had a helmet done as well. I have to show you that it's fantastic. RC30 helmet colours, and they got the anniversary one, haven't they? But this is a special helmet, and you'll have to come and have a look at it. It's great.
All right, Dave. Thanks very much, Jill. Dave, guys, thanks very much, John as well. Thanks for the chat. Nice to have a chat with the old stager, Dave Manson-Migdal, and we'll just move out the way and try not to get run over if we can. Sneak past there. You've got to be fleet of foot. Thank you very much, sir, for letting me past. So all the bikes now coming up onto Glen Crutchley Road through the little gateway. And we just spoke to Alex Sinclair, so we'll just leave him be. So Phil McGirt, we spoke to Phil too. Try not to get in young Alan's Alan Oversby, wherever he is. Phil we spoke to. Dan Cooper we spoke to. Not spoke to Dom the Bomb yet. We'll maybe grab a chat with him. Quickest man in practice. We'll let him get to his little allotted slot, which is right here. Jamie Coward 101.744 and Dom 101.571. So there's the rear stand, just going into position. Clunk. Alan Oversby and Dom share a bit of a handshake. And we'll let the Craven Classic Manx machine of Jamie Coward go by. And it's Sally right, and we'll get past. Go to the other side now, so we won't get in the way. Hopefully you're not going to fire that up while I'm here. I hope not. Anyway.
Not, Chris.
Got him.
Launching bees at us, Chris.
I was, mate. Yeah.
Now, we don't have to make this personal. I thought you don't have to make it publicly aware that you don't like us.
No, it was just a big bumblebee came, so I just moved it gently out of the way in your direction. Talk us through this bike then. Tell us about it. Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's just announced when they get up onto the grid. What about this one, Dom?
Oh, no, so it's a case of, I'm very lucky to be on board the Honda K4 built by the Davies Motorsport team. And it's been an outstanding little bike. And lucky for me, they've had us on board doing the odd little CRMC meeting, which is very fast and very competitive. But unlike the unfortunate mishap with the little Yamaha, which is, it's a brand new bike, a couple of teething problems, we'll come back better on that one. But this one, I've actually qualified into the race, and I can't wait to go chase these lot down the road.
Looking at lap speeds, 101.7 for Jamie, 101.57 for you. Looking at 22.15, there's not much between you all, is there? There's nothing. It's classic racing, isn't it?
Oh, that's it, and it's a case of, we all go out there and try our best, but you've got to keep in the back of your mind it's trying to get to the end in the same breath. But no, normally I'm more like laid back than a deflated Lilo, but on this one I'm quite high-end and quite uptight about this one, which is not normally like me, but in the same breath, totally looking forward to getting going.
Just looking at the list, I'm just checking to see who's going. Just in front, you got Chris Swallow there. That's not a bad marker. And Ollie Linsdale just behind you.
Oh, well, Ollie Linsdale, goes without saying, he won the first Classic TT round here in the 500 class. He's going to be hot on my tail. But, these lads, I'm just going to get nicely tucked in, considering I'm considerably fatter than them. So the wind on the mountain, that's where I'll gain, because I've got a bit more natural traction action. So I'm grand.
Tom, good luck.
Cheers, Chris.
Thank you very much for that. Cheers. And as Ollie, well, again, let's have a word with Ollie if we can. And just a complete privilege, work of art to look at it. It's a top job. There's no stone left unturned with this. It's the cleanest thing and the cleanest thing in the world.
That's because it's not been out on track.
Yeah, well, that's probably it, but it's always kept nice and pristine, isn't it? After each practice, I'm sure they've all been taken apart and put back together, and your dad and the team checking out. And you get quite involved as well too, don't you, Ollie?
Yeah, I machine quite a few bits for all of our bikes, so it's interesting to be involved in that side of things as well. I mean, Mervyn Hecker's done a fantastic job of this. We've done a nut and bolt rebuild after we bought it about a month before the event. So yeah, it's pristine as you can see, and hopefully it goes as well as it looks.
Good luck today.
Cheers, Chris.
Thanks, Ollie Linsdale. Yeah, so is that high five? Yeah, thank you very much. And Chris Swallow, if we can maybe have a word with Christopher and just grab him. All right, Christopher.
All right, Chris, how are you?
Very well, sir. How about you? What about that parade earlier on? I seen you looking at all them bikes. There's some bits of kit out there, wasn't it?
Oh, some nice things, yeah.
What about your one, though? What about this?
What about it?
Tell us about it.
Oh, as a learned man like yourself would know, it's 36 motor, replica thereof, and 52 chassis.
So she's quite old. She's older than me and you, then?
Oh, no, it's brand new, but based on. But yeah. So we'll see how we go.
All right, you got Don behind you. Good luck. Thanks very much, Chris. Yeah, lovely looking at 36 motor, 52 chassis replica of, as he says. Drum brakes on the front and drum brakes on the rear as well. Fantastic. Danny Webber spoke to. Adam McLean is here too, and a smiling Adam McLean. Oh, what? It's a bit noisy here, isn't it?
Yes, that's hard, isn't it?
Isn't this proper, isn't it?
It's a good old crack, isn't it?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Cheers. You know what? Good to see you, mate. All smiling before the start of the race. Just going to go by the Ripley Land Machine. Michael Rutter. 3 Jamie Coward. The Craven Classic Racing Machine in position. And Jamie, all right?
Yeah, a bit nervous now.
It's been a long day, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been sat around drinking tea and eating cake. It's time to ride some motorbikes now.
You've been eating cake. We'll have to check the speed trap times.
It might be a little bit down today.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jamie Coward off at 2. Alan Overspeed. Jamie off at 3. Alan's off at 2. And the number 1 bike, Dan Cooper here, ready to go. There's an awful look at a swish bit of kit. They've all obviously got the red lights. The red rear warning lights must be turned on. The clerk of the course has said that. And Alan Overspeed is on, has a little look at the sign, gives Milky a bit of a nod, and Alan and the bike. So, Honda first, Honda second, and then of course we got the Jamie Coward Honda as well. So 1, 2, 3 on Hondas, and then Michael Rutter of course on the Ripley Land Honda. So we got 4 Hondas going away. And Tim O'Hanlon?
Read the board.
Read the board, okay, thanks very much for that. It's changed, oh, all right then, okay. It's a long board. It's one of the longest boards again that we've seen. There is a damp patches at Laurelbank 1 and 2. Kerramore East and the entry and exit of the Ramsey Hairpin. Graham's and the Bungalow, Hilbury, Bedstead and the Nuke and Governor's Dib. And there's a lack of adhesion flag going to be shown first lap at the Ramsey Hairpin, and also a lack of adhesion at the 11th milestone to Handley's Corner. Let's hope the weather stays fair for the rest of today. This is the Locate.im Junior Classic TT. Number 1, Dan Cooper is going to send them away in about a minute and a half's time on our man up in the tower, Tim Glover.
Thank you very much, Chris. A longer stint for Chris than was envisaged with those 5-minute additional delays, but it is going to be at 1 minute past 4 that we're going to get underway, looking at the times and hearing the announcements. And just a note that, we've had this into the Manx Radio TT Facebook page as well, a black and white collie which is running loose has been secured and is in a field near to Balap Bridge. It's near to the Raven pub. So a black and white collie. It has been secured and stopped from running around, but it is in a field, if it is yours, at Balap Bridge, right near to the Raven pub. 1 minute now to the start of the Locate.im Junior Classic TT. And looking at the speeds, Jamie Coward, number 3, was quickest on the Honda at 101.744. The other man over the 100 was Dominic Herbertson, number 8, at 101.571. Michael Rutter is third at 99.191. He's number 4, 30 seconds now to the start of the Junior Classic TT. Fourth quickest, number 2, Alan Oversby at 98.392. Fifth quickest, number 11, Philip McGurk at 98.189. And sixth quickest is number 17, Bill Swallow at 97.2. As we are now 10 seconds away from the Locate.im Junior Classic TT. And under the arch is Jamie Coward, waiting for the tap on the shoulder, which he's about to get right now, and the Manx flag is dropped as well. Jacques and Yolanda van Vingart on behalf of Locate.im. Jamie Coward safely away. Is Dominic Herbertson on the Honda, Alan Oversby rather, on the Honda. It's Daniel Cooper who's first away. I'm looking at the qualifying times rather than the start sheet. 3 is Jamie Coward on the 10 Whoop Honda. Ripley Land Racing Honda of Michael Rutter away now. And the Ripley Land Racing AJS of Adam McLean. Dunnell Racing Norton of Danny Webb. Struggling a little to get away there. Chris Swallow is next away, number 7, the red helmet. Davies Motorsport Honda of Dominic Herbertson next away. Looks down to the left-hand side, struggling away a little, but here's Ollie Linstall. Start it looked like there from Ollie. There is a gap at 10, so next away will be Philip McGurk on the Chris Hughes Honda, and he'll be followed by Davey Todd on the Norton. Here's McGurk. And now Davey Todd away. Second of the Davies Motorsport Hondas, Lee Johnston. Another Honda of Heffin Owen now away, number 14. CSC Racing Honda of number 15, Alex Sinclair next. Now Dave Madston Migdal. Number 17 is Bill Swallow. .250cc Velocet, and Peter Boast is on the Honda. Number 19 is Steve Ferguson away. And now the Air Mackie of Bob Owen. Is next, Chris McGahn. And now 39, Sam Johnson. A little bit of a slow, stuttery start. .22 away, and that's Mark Herbertson. Flag drops to 47, Dave Moffat. Joey Dunlop, yellow replica helmet there. Will Loader, number 27, is next, but he's struggling off the line here, just paddling the bike towards the Armco, and I think he's managed to get it just about fired up. He has. 23 Ewan Hamilton, though, is hot on his heels up the start line. Zuki now of number 42, Jeff Ward. .28, Alec Whitwell away. .45 next is Leon Murphy. And as we suspected, there is no 25 Connor Cummins. Couldn't get the little Honda repaired in time, unfortunately, overnight. So next away is 37 on another Honda, Mark Purslow. Black drops for 33, Lancelot Unisart. Succession of Hondas. 26, Dave Matravers is next away. He'll be followed by 49, Jack Hunter. But let's go to Glen Helen and Dave Christian.
Yes, thanks, Tim. We're awaiting the arrival of the first race bike on the road. We've been waiting for it since very early this morning, and just straining. I can hear engine noise now coming up the valley. The effects mic just picking it up in the background as the first bike moves into the sector up just from the Black Dub, and he'll be winging his way out of Glen Helen 2 very, very shortly. And the first machine does streak into view. Stands it up, down a gear, into the left hand, and that is Dan Cooper. But he's being caught on the road because 2 and 3 are right behind him. Alan Oversby and Jamie Coward both here, both catching Dan Cooper very, very quickly indeed. Fourth bike into the left-hander, that's Michael Rutter. Rutter's the quickest. Rutter goes to the top of the leaderboard at Glen Helen on lap 1. At the moment, Rutter leads Jamie Coward from Alan Oversby and Dan Cooper, but, and it's a big but, the rest of the field not here yet. Adam McLean looks to have fallen away a little bit in the opening sector. He's not made it yet on the number 5 AJS. So we might be seeing Danny Webb next man into view. But those 4 at the front are all travelling at a great lick of pace. Next machine does come out of Glen Helen 2. Flicks it to the right, off the throttle, down the box. That is number 5, Adam McLean, but he's well off the pace. And he's being caught because that is number 8, Dominic Herbertson. And Dominic Herbertson muscles his way into the top 3 as 6 comes through Danny Webb and 7 Chris Swallow. So Dom Herbertson exploded off the start line, and he's caught and passed machines number 7 and 6. It's number 8 Dominic Herbertson into 3rd place. At the moment, Rutter, number 4, Michael Rutter leads number 3, Jamie Coward, by half a second, with number 8, Dom Herbertson, 3 seconds back on Coward. Oversby, currently number 2, currently holding 4th place. He's 6 seconds back on Herbertson. Next machine in, off the throttle, knee out, down the box 1, Ollie Linsdell. And Linsdell doesn't make an impression at the top end of the leaderboard, but 11 mightiest Phil McGurk. McGurk does move up. McGurk, number 11, up into 6th place. He's visibly closer to Linsdell. 13 and 12 together on the road. 13's up on speed. Lee Johnston into the top 5. 14 through now, Heffernowen. And Heffernowen into the top 5 as well. The higher start numbers seem to be getting the better opening run. Number 14, Heffernowen, up to 4th place at Glen Helen on the opening lap. And Alan Oversby, Lee Johnston, all there flirting around that top 5. So, as predicted earlier on today, this is looking like it could be quite a close race. But the opening honours, at least in the first sector of the race, go to Michael Rutter, number 4, Michael Rutter. And he is leading Jamie Coward, but there's only half a second in it. 15 and 16 both through now. 15, Alex Sinclair. 16, Dave Madsen-Migdal. Madsen-Migdal just outside the top 10 on this opening sector, holding on to 11th. Alex Sinclair 14th. Next man in is 18, Pete Boast. And Peter Boast into the top 10 now, and Pete Boast, number 18, holds 8th place currently. And we'll go through that leaderboard again before we go back to the grandstand. 19, Steve Ferguson comes through. He's into the top 10 as well. 17, Bill Swallow, though, does fall to the lower end of that leaderboard. But Pete Boast and Steve Ferguson, both with good starts, numbers 18 and 19, into the top 10. But Rutter leads Coward by half a second, though, and Dominic Herbertson 3 seconds back in third. 21 in. That's Chris McGahn. And Chris McGahn went well in qualifying. 20 comes through now, Bob Owen. Chris McGahn 14th quickest, and Bob Owen 19th. As we'll take a little bit of a pause for breath now as Rutter leads Coward, Dominic Herbertson third, Heffernan Owen number 14, keep your eye out for him, 4th place at the moment. He is 5 seconds back on 3rd place, Dominic Herbertson, and in 5th, number 2, Alan Oversby. 22 comes through, that's Mark Herbertson, and not quite as quick, Mark Herbertson just inside the top 20. First two up the left bridge now, Jamie Coward and Dan Cooper. 47 comes through, Dave Moffat. Slow start for Dave Moffat, and that's reflected in his sector time a little bit, just inside the top 20. The first 4 now all through Balaf. Rutter, Coward, Oversby and Cooper. Rutter still leading, and the gap's up to a second now up the left bridge. 23 through, Ewan Hamilton. And Ewan Hamilton, does he make the top 10? Not quite. 27 now. 27, Will Loader. And Will Loader just outside the top 20. And let's see if I can spot where Ewan Hamilton went 16th fastest on the opening sector. But those first 4 as 42 goes through. Jeff Ward on the little 2-stroke Suzuki. Jeff Ward, 23rd fastest on the opening sector. 28 through. That's Alec Whitwell. 5 now through up the left bridge, 6 through up the left bridge, 45 is Leon Murphy, and Leon Murphy went reasonably well in qualifying. Yes, he's up the leaderboard, but only a few places, and not threatening the top end as Mark Perslow comes through. Perslow through safely on his opening lap and well inside the top 20. Mark Perslow 16th quickest here at Glen Helen on lap 1. And Rutter, Coward, Herbertson, Oversby, Cooper, Swallow, McLean and Webb now all through the lap as they stream down towards Ramsey Hairpin as 33 Lance Unisart comes through. Unisart not making an impression at the top end of the leaderboard. 26 in now. 26 Dave Matravers, he went well in qualifying. How's he done? Just inside the top 12. Just inside the top 25 for Dave Matravers. But the leaderboard at Glen Helen on lap 1 is Rutter leads Coward by half a second. Herbertson third in 3 seconds back on Coward. Number 14, Heffernan Owen. He is in 4th place, just 5 seconds back on Herbertson. And in 5th place, number 2, Alan Oversby, who's a second down on Heffernan Owen. Back to you at the grandstand.
All away from the grandstand, additional non-starters, number 58, Jamie O'Brien, and number 66, David Webber. 2 retirements, Sam Johnson's retired at the Oak Tree at Braddon Bridge, and Jack Hunter, well, we just saw him limping off the line, and he's come back up the return. Quickest stats, Solby Speed Trap, Jamie Coward at 126.4, Michael Rutter, the race leader, at 123.1. At Ballath Bridge, Heffernan Owen is in 4th position and still in the top 10, and number 18 Peter Boast in 8th, and number 19 Steve Ferguson in 9th position. Davy Todd has moved into the top 10, but it's Rutter by 1.1. Let's go to Ramsey Hairpin. Roy.
The K4s are in, Ramsey, I can assure you. It was 1 second in it at Ballath Bridge, and what will it be? Jamie Coward slightly quicker on the speed trap at Solby, so that could make a difference as they approach us here at Ramsey. They'll be through Parliament Square, the right-hander, then up through the bumpy Cruikshanks corner, bouncing away up through Mayhill, and then tipping it into the left-hander that takes them past the White Gates. Well, certainly the house on the corner is known as Whitegates and Whitegates Cottage there, and certainly they'll be into our view very, very shortly indeed. Certainly looking down the road, we can hear them, and they sound as though they're very close together. I can tell you it's Michael Rutter who leads here at Ramsey, but that's not him. It is number 3 first through, but Michael Rutter is not all that far behind him. Michael Rutter leads by 4 seconds from Jamie Coward, and they've overtaken on the road Daniel Cooper, so that is the first 3. This will be Alan Oversby here at Ramsey now. Just listen to him going through on the Davis Motorsport K4. Just gets it nicely away, the red light showing there. But despite that extra speed of Jamie Coward, it was 1 second at Ballaugh Bridge. It's now 4 seconds here at Ramsey Hairpin that number 4, Michael Rutter, holds the lead. Over in second place, number 3, Jamie Coward. Third of the riders through so far. We haven't had Dominic Herbertson as yet, but he can't be far away, I wouldn't have thought. Number 8, Dominic Herbertson. What distance is he behind Jamie Coward? It was 5 seconds at Ballaugh, and he's here, and he's not hanging about. This is quick, right down through, knee out, flicking it through the box, tips it in, right that knee down. Not quite on the pipe going through. He's only 4 seconds down on Jamie Coward, mind you. In third place, number 8, Dominic Herbertson, 4.9 seconds, so maybe nearly 5 seconds down as another machine comes into view. This is a single cylinder machine, I think it is. Number 5, yeah, Adam McLean. So he's safely through Ramsey as well, but there's a big gap in fourth to third. It's Alan Oversby holding on to fourth. 21 seconds down though on Dominic Herbertson. In fifth, number 1, Dan Cooper. He's only 1 second down on Alan Oversby. And then in sixth, number 5, Adam McLean. He's 24 seconds down on Dan Cooper as the Tony Dunnell machine gets tipped right over as far as it possibly can go by Danny Webb. But Chris Swallow is holding a 9-second advantage over him just purely on the road. And Chris Swallow, we noticed that on his kind of sponsorship and machines that he was riding, a Bladen Enterprises machine. I wonder, is that anything to do with the Bladen brothers who prepared the Joey Dunlop's 350 Air Mackie a few years back? Distinctive sounding sound there of another Honda. 13 and 11 are safely through. 13, Lee Johnson, he's moving up nicely at number 11, Phil McGurk, and then it's 12, Davey Todd is through as well, and 14, Happen Owen. So we'll be able to give you a revised leaderboard shortly as Ollie Linsdell, number 9, is the last to go through of the 13 riders through so far. So it is Michael Rutter by 4 seconds from number 3, Jamie Coward. Third, Dominic Herbertson, 4 seconds down on Jamie Coward. Up into fourth place now goes number 14, Heffen Owen. 17 seconds down on Dominic Herbertson, but 3 seconds ahead of in fifth place, number 13, Lee Johnston. Lee Johnson in turn is only a fraction of a second ahead of in sixth, number 2, Alan Oversby. Seventh, number 1, Dan Cooper. Only 1 second down on Alan Oversby. Eighth, number 18. This should be him coming here now, I would think. Pete Bose, so he's on the move. Just reflect on the timing. This is number 18, I think. Yes, it certainly is. Pete Bose is here, and 2 together, just getting it anchored up. That is number 16 and number 15. So it's 15, Alex Sinclair, and 16, Dave Madston Migdal. So that battle between Alan Oversby and Dan Cooper is only 1 second. And moving up into 8th place, number 18, Pete Bose, 10 seconds down on Dan Cooper. 9th for 12, Davey Todd, 6 seconds only down on Pete Bose. In 10th place, number 11, Phil McGurk, 2 seconds down on Davey Todd. 11th for 19, Steve Ferguson, 4 seconds down on Phil McGurk. 12th, number 5, Adam McLean. He's only a 0.2 of a second down on Steve Ferguson. 13th, number 7, Chris Swallow. 4 seconds down on Adam McLean. In 14th place, number 16, Dave Madston Migdal. 3 seconds only down on Chris Swallow. We then have in 15th place, number 6, Danny Webb. 5 seconds down on Dave Madston Migdal. Chris McGahn was the last rider to go through, or just be him approaching here now. Number 21 it is. 16th place for Chris here at Ramsey Hairpin. 4 seconds down on Danny Webb, but only 0.7 of a second ahead of in 17th place, 15, Alex Sinclair. 18th place, number 9, Ollie Linsdell, 8 seconds down on Alex Sinclair. That could be changed though, because Mark, number 17, is here now. Bill Swallow, no, it doesn't change much. 21st place for him. And number 20, Bob Owen, is through as well. So 17th, number 15, Alex Sinclair, 0.7 of a second down only on Chris McGahn. Then in 18th place, number 22, Mark Herbertson, 7 seconds down on Sinclair. 19th for number 9, Ollie Linsdell. That's Dave Moffat, the highest rider numbers gone through so far. 21st place for him, but only, well, a fraction of a second down on Ollie Linsdell, who in turn is only a fraction of a second down in 19th place of number 22, Mark Herbertson. Another machine interview, down through the box they go. 23 is the number, and that's Ewan Hamilton, who's got the Honda here to Ramsey, and he's up into 18th place, 5 seconds down on Alex Sinclair. We look for the bungalow timings. We can tell you Michael Rutter is through the bungalow, and he's increased his lead to now 6-7 seconds ahead of in second place Jamie Coward. Third place for number 8 Dominic Herbertson through the bungalow, about the same. He's reduced the distance between him and Jamie Coward to 4 seconds at the bungalow. At third place number 8 Dominic Herbertson, but in fourth place number 2 Alan Oversby, 28 seconds down on Herbertson through the bungalow. But then the battle between Daniel Cooper and Alan Oversby is still remaining at 2 seconds as they go through the bungalow as well, with number 5 Adam McLean, 28 seconds down on Dan Cooper. Leon Murphy is safely through Ramsey Hairpin as well. That is number 45, Dave Moffat, the highest number through. And through the bungalow go Adam McLean, Chris Swallow and Danny Webb have safely made the mountain climb as well. But it's Michael Rutter at the bungalow by 6.987 seconds. Back to the grandstand.
Lights on for our race leader, number 4, Michael Rutter, and the man in second place, number 3, Jamie Coward. And they'll just be together almost. Rutter just behind Coward because the gap between them is 7.9 or 8 seconds. Dan Cooper has also made it. Light on for number 1 at Cronknamona, and number 2 now, Alan Oversby. But it is Michael Rutter who leads by 7.910 seconds. We wait, of course, Dominic Herbertson, number 8, to make it to Cronknamona to see what the gap is between Coward and Herbertson in third, or if there's been any change in that running order. But Herbertson still to get to Cronknamona. It'll be any moment now, but we look up Glen Crutchley Road. First of all, Herbertson is there. He's closed the gap to 2.4, but we should now see our 2 race leaders come into view. But who's leading on the road? Will it be Rutter? Will it be Coward? Can hear the sound of machines approaching, and they're absolutely together. 3 from 4, and Rutter is almost in the exhaust pipe there of number 3, Jamie Coward. So 9.886 seconds between them, and 102.4. We have heard that the man who was going so well in fourth place, Hefin Owen, has stopped to make adjustments on the mountain as there goes Dan Cooper through. And there is number 2, Alan Oversby. He is through as well. So Rutter, 102.416 miles per hour, 22 minutes, 6.237 seconds, and he leads by 9.886 seconds ahead of number 3, Jamie Coward, a lap of 101.658 miles per hour for Coward. As there goes number 8 through, Dominic Herbertson, and Herbertson is now in second place here at the grandstand. He's got his nose just in front of Jamie Coward by 0.254 of a second. That is all that separates second from third. Wow, Dominic Herbertson's really getting into the groove here, but Michael Rutter, a proven winner in this junior race, the winner from 2015 and also from last year. Herbertson then at 101.678 compared to Coward at 101.658. Alan Oversby at 99.075 miles per hour. Dan Cooper 98.627. There's Adam McLean at 96.31 miles per hour. He slots in 6th place, currently on the leaderboard. But of course we've got to wait for number 13, Lee Johnston. He will be in 4th place, and Cooper and McLean will slip a long way down the pecking order here at the grandstand once a few of the other bikes get across here and register on the timing loops. But we should see Lee Johnston through very, very shortly indeed. That is number 6 through, Danny Webb. There is Lee Johnston. So that is Lee Johnston on the leaderboard. He is in 5th place. He's now 0.5 actually back on number 2, Alan Oversby, who's moved up into 4th. But the gap between Coward, who's now in 3rd, and Oversby, who's in 4th, 34.843 seconds. So the top 3, but we've got Chris Swallow coming into the pits. Let's go down to Chris Kinley.
He went into great detail at the start of the race, didn't he, Tim telling us all about this bike. He's just looking for his pits, and it looks like that's it for the Velocette, unfortunately. Oh, that is a big shame. Yeah, looks like number 7 has got exhaust hanging off on the right-hand side. That is why. Hopefully they might be able to fix it, Tim. But he just took it nice and steady. And sort of looking at now, maybe a bit of Lockwire might hold on, but you never know. Keep updated. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chris. The body language tells us that it's a potential retirement. There doesn't seem to be a great deal of urgency down there, and I think the gloves are just about to come off as well. Ollie Linstall's just gone through at 92.67, Davey Todd at 96.47, Chris Swallow is at 93.4, Peter Boast at 97.5 through. Let's just go down to the running order. Lee Johnson, we were telling you, number 13 is in 5th. 6th is number 1, Dan Cooper. 7th is number 18, Peter Boast. 8th is number 11, Philip McGurk. 9th now is number 12, Davey Todd. And we said he'd slip down, and he has. Number 5, Adam McLean, is now in 10th position. 11th is number 16, Dave Madston Migdal. 12th is number 6, Danny Webb. 13th is number 15, Alex Sinclair. 14th is number 7, Chris Swallow. And in 15th is number 9, Ollie Linstall. But Chris Swallow's the helmet is off, and yeah, that exhaust is dragging along the ground on the right-hand side of the Velocette. Through there was Steve Ferguson at 94.99. That puts him into 11th place, sandwiched in between Adam McLean and Dave Madston Migdal. So Dave Madston Migdal just drops down 1 place to 12th, but it's Michael Rutter who leads by 9.632 seconds. He was right up the rear exhaust of Jamie Coward, who's actually in 3rd, because Herbertson, number 8, is in 2nd, 9.6 down, as we say, on Rutter, but he's 0.254 of a second ahead of number 3, Jamie Coward, who is in 3rd, and the top 3 have made a break for it, because in 4th place, number 2, Alan Oversby, is 34.8 seconds down on 3rd place. Just half a second, though, between Oversby and 5th place, number 13, Lee Johnston, who is 5.6 seconds ahead of 6th place, number 1, Dan Cooper, and he's 15.8 ahead of 7th, 18, Peter Boast. Rutter leads nearly by 10 seconds, should be leading on the road, I would imagine, at Glen Helen. Let's go to Dave Christian.
Bang on the money, Tim, and the first 2 machines into view. He doesn't quite lead on the road yet. Jamie Coward still holding position on the road, but Michael Rutter tucked in right behind him, and he's going to get a cracking look at him down Cronkovody, and I would suspect by the time he gets to the time of being at the laugh, I think Michael Rutter will probably have slipped past him. But he knows that all he has to do is keep him in sight, and he's 10 seconds clear, so could be intelligent riding there from Michael Rutter, particularly as there's quite a decent-sized gap behind them. And his lead at 10 seconds at the grandstand nearly. Next 2 in, 1 and 2 together on the road, but 1 in front. Alan Oversby, though, right behind Dan Cooper, and on corrected time, about 8 seconds in front of him. Next machine in to the left-hander, big knee out from Dominic Herbertson. Herbertson sits in there still, 2nd place. The gap was 9.6 at the grandstand. It's down to 9.3, so 3/10 is nothing. And I suspect that he's not really starting to claw that back at all. Jamie Coward then still 3rd. The gap was 0.2 of a second at the grandstand. That's up to 3/10 now. So the gap between 2nd and 3rd really small. But Michael Rutter comfortably in front, 9 seconds. He leads number 8, Dominic Herbertson. And Jamie Coward 3rd, Alan Oversby 4th. The gap between Oversby and Coward was 35 seconds at the grandstand. It's now 47. So those top 3 pulling away from the rest of the field, with Alan Oversby dropping 13 seconds there on that run from the grandstand to Glen Helen at the start of the 2nd lap. 5th place at the moment, number 1, Daniel Cooper, but number 13, Lee Johnston, probably going to go in front of him as Danny Webb swings through on his 2nd lap. Again, carries excellent corner speed, did Danny Webb, but he doesn't make an impression at the top end of the leaderboard at all. A little bit further down on corrected time at the grandstand. Although I don't see him coming up there on the list. Am I missing something there, guys? Just looking for number 6 there on that list. Oh, there he is. 14th place he was holding at the grandstand. So he's not going to be making an impression at the top end of the leaderboard. This man might, though. Lee Johnston. And he does indeed slot into 4th place, just ahead of Alan Oversby now. So Lee Johnston was in 5th place at the grandstand. He's now up to 4th, ahead of Alan Oversby, but just by 1/10 of a second. That is 6, Danny Webb. It wasn't Danny Webb that came through before. It was number 5, Adam McLean. That's my error. Excuse me for that. 11 comes through, Phil McGurk. McGurk, 8th place at the grandstand. Still remains 8th place here so far at Glen Helen on lap 2. Davy Todd sweeps through on his 2nd lap. And Davy Todd just nicks ahead of Phil McGurk into 8th place. So McGurk pushed down a little bit. The riders that were going well on the first lap are the ones that caught the eye, at least number 37, Mark Purslow. He started 31st. He was up to 16th place at Glen Helen on lap 1. And I noticed at the grandstand that's pushed a little bit further ahead to 11th. So number 37, Mark Purslow, having a great afternoon. And 18 and 19, Steve Ferguson and Pete Boast, they both gained 10 places from their qualifying times as well. 9 through there, Ollie Linsdell. Followed by 18, there is Pete Boast. Pete Boast, 7th place at the grandstand. 7th place he is here. Remember, he started 18th, one of the top 20 seeded riders. He is holding on to 7th place here with Heffernan Owen stopping to make those adjustments. So number 18, Pete Boast, is 21 seconds behind 6th place Daniel Cooper. 16 and 15 together on the road. 16, Dave Madsen Migdal. 15, Alex Sinclair. Madston Migdal, he was at the grandstand in 13th place. We've got him provisionally in 11th here. But Mark Purslow, who I was just talking about, number 37, Mark Purslow was ahead of Madston Migdal and Steve Ferguson on corrected time. And like I said, great ride from him. The other rider to catch the eye, Tony Tuttle, number 34. We'll just take this one through. 19, that is Steve Ferguson. Ferguson drops in just behind Madston Migdal. So Dave Madsen Migdal up to 11th place here at Glen Helen on lap 2. The other rider to catch the eye, I say, Tony Tuttle, number 34. He started in 51st place. And at Glen Helen on lap 1, he was up to 35th. So a 16 place gain there for Tony Tuttle on the first lap. We'll keep an eye on those and look for those jumpers up the pack as the race progresses. The leaderboard so far, though, at Glen Helen on lap 2, it's Michael Rutter leads Dominic Herbertson. So number 4 leads number 8 by 9 seconds. In 3rd place, number 3, Jamie Coward. He is just 1/3 of a second back on Herbertson. In 4th place, number 13, Lee Johnston. He is 47 seconds down on 3rd place, Coward. In 5th place, number 2, Alan Oversby. He is just 1/10 of a second down on Lee Johnston. In 6th place, number 1, Daniel Cooper. He's 8 seconds behind Alan Oversby. In 7th place, number 18, Pete Boast. He is 21 seconds down on Cooper. In 8th place, number 5, Adam McLean. He is 16 seconds down on Pete Boast as the next man swings into Glen Helen. It's Bob Owen, number 20, closely followed by 47, Dave Moffat. And Bob Owen doesn't threaten the top end of the leaderboard. Dave Moffat doesn't either. Just 15th place. We have him here now. And Dave Moffat was 17th at the grandstand, so we still need Mark Purslow through here before we can look at that or confirm the top 11. But Dave Moffat just hovering outside of that at the moment. And I got as far, I think, 8th place, number 5, Adam McLean. 9th place, number 12, Davy Todd. 1/3 of a second down on McLean. 17, 23, and 37. There is Mark Purslow. And Purslow is into 11th place at Glen Helen on lap 2, but it looks like a 3-way battle at the top between Rutter, Herbertson and Coward with just 10 seconds separating the top 3. Back to you at the grandstand.
Well, Dominic Herbertson is eating into that lead at Ballaugh Bridge of Michael Rutter. 7.6 seconds it's down to. Rutter really does need to get ahead on the road of number 3, Jamie Coward. We're hearing the TT access road from the Isle of Man Police. There's a little bit of an issue there because of a broken down vehicle. Dominic Herbertson quickest through the Sulby speed trap at 127.8. Coward at 126.4. Rutter at 124.5, straight to Ramsey and Roy Moore.
That could be reflected as they come through Ramsey. I can tell you that Michael Rutter and Jamie Coward are through, and Michael Rutter takes him on the approach to Ramsey Hairpin, just nips up the inside. So leading on the road is now Michael Rutter from number 3, Jamie Coward, just as they came swept out of Stella Maris. Quicker on the exit from Stella Maris was Michael Rutter, just chopped up the inside of him, no problem whatsoever. Loads of room there to get through, and is now leading on the road. And Jamie Coward, that puts him down, obviously with the starting difference there, down to 9 seconds behind. But it's Dominic Herbertson, the tree surgeon, who is from the north of England, certainly to see whether he is back, and it is. It's down now to 5 seconds, because next into line will come number 8, Dominic Herbertson, tucked in behind the bubble, leaves his braking late, but gets it nicely flicked down through the bumps, right over on the edge, up through the centre line. Out is there too, Alan Oversby and number 1, Daniel Cooper together. Alan Oversby gets that one fired up a little bit quicker than Dan Cooper, and certainly they are away. But it's Oversby in 4th place, but there's a full minute now between him and Jamie Coward. But the big news from Ramsey on lap number 2, and remember this is now only a 3-lap race, is that the lead of Michael Rutter, number 4, has been cut down to only 5 seconds here at Ramsey, because moving up and through the field, number 8, Dominic Herbertson, just 5 seconds down on Michael Rutter. But then again, when you look at the difference between him and number 3, Jamie Coward, that's only 4.5 seconds. So less than 10 seconds covering the top 3 here at Ramsey Hairpin on lap number 2. And such is the pace of those at the front that the others are not as yet into view. Lee Johnson was up to 5th place as they crested the humpback bridge there at Ballaugh. So it'll be interesting to see the difference between him and Alan Oversby, because there was only 0.5 of a second between them at Ballaugh Bridge. So what will the difference be here? That will relegate probably Dan Cooper down to 6th place if Lee Johnson can get here to Ramsey on the pace that he's putting through at the moment. But all that will be revealed when he breaks that bean. I'm sure he will be through Parliament Square, but this is a single cylinder machine here with us at Ramsey. Adam McLean is safely through, just has to pick it up a little bit too tight to that wall, and just has to flick it up a little bit just to get away from it. And away, 45 seconds down on Dan Cooper, mind you, and Dan Cooper just 10 seconds down on Alan Oversby. But we're waiting for the arrival of Lee Johnston here at Ramsey, and certainly that will be interesting. I think this is him now. It certainly is. It's 2 seconds now, the difference between him and Alan Oversby, but he's not hanging about, and certainly just having a little trouble getting it on the pipes as they go round Ramsey here. Just kind of tips it in, and then just a few little slips of the clutch to get it back onto the power. So the race lead here at Ramsey being held by Michael Rutter, but now only by 5 seconds from in 2nd place, number 8, Dominic Herbertson. 3rd place for number 3, Jamie Coward, 4.5 seconds down on Herbertson. 4th place, number 2, Alan Oversby, a full minute down on Jamie Coward. 5th for 13, Lee Johnston. He's 2 seconds down on Alan Oversby. 6th for number 1, Dan Cooper, 8 seconds down on Lee Johnson. And there's Danny Webb. Certainly it must be a big difference from riding the Pence 13 BMW to the single-cylinder machine round, but sounding good as it goes away. And that was Davy Todd, I think, that goes through there, number 12. Certainly was, and Danny Webb there. So that is 9 riders through Ramsey Hairpin, but it's only 5 seconds. We go down to 6th place, number 1, Dan Cooper, 8 seconds down on Lee Johnston. So that battle isn't finished either, but then a big gap between in 7th place, number 5, Adam McLean, and he's 45 seconds down on Dan Cooper. So that's looking out for the fact that the likes of Pete Boast and Dave Madston Migdal might be able to inroad into that, and certainly that might be the case. Machine interview now, legs flicking it out, puff of smoke comes out from number 18, and that is Pete Boast, and he's holding on to that 7th place. Pete Boast holding on to that 7th place, 28 seconds down on Dan Cooper, but a comfortable 16 seconds ahead off an 8th place number 5, Adam McLean. Number 9 is the next machine through, Ollie Lindsell, and he gets it on the pipe as well and away through, and 33 seconds he is down on that of Danny Webb, who is holding on to 11th place. Dave Madston-Migdal should be the next interview. How is that going to affect it? 33 seconds, 10th for Dave Madston-Migdal, 33 seconds down on Davey Todd. So he's safely through. When they go through the bungalow, I can tell you that the lead for Michael Rutter is down to only 1.5 seconds at the bungalow. Michael Rutter still leads as they go over the railway tracks there and head up to the highest point of the circuit of Brandywell, but there's only 1.7 seconds in it. Second place still Dominic Herbertson, and there's only 9 seconds then the gap between him and Jamie Coward holding on to that 3rd place. So 11 seconds covering the top 3 as number 19 is the last to go through there. Steve Ferguson, he's safely through Ramsey, and I think we missed Alex Sinclair after Ollie Linsdell going through, so that is the difference. But the news from Ramsey was 5 seconds on the climb up to the bungalow as the fuel load lightens, and certainly I would suggest the lighter rider would be Dominic Herbertson. It's going to be a very, very interesting last lap indeed. They will be now well down the mountain, I would suggest, certainly round the kind of Keppel Gate, Kate's Cottage, Craig Nabar, down the big long run down to Brandish Corner, but the lead is only 1.7 seconds in favour of number 4, Michael Rutter. So what a battle this is going to be on the last lap. Immaculate preparation of the machine of Mark Perslow as well, and he was doing well as they went through the Balaf as well. But that's the news from Ramsey Hairpin on lap 2. Back to the grandstand.
Light on for number 4 and number 3, and in fact, looking at that, Jamie Coward is back ahead of Michael Rutter at Cronknamona because the gap is 9.154. Rutter's got to stay ahead of Coward and use the open road to stop the charge of Dominic Herbertson, but he hasn't so far. So let's just catch up on some more retirements. Chris McGahn has retired at Braddon Bridge Church. Number 21. Number 14, Heffin Owen, now confirmed as a retirement on the Mountain Mile. Number 22, Mark Herbertson, is at Ballacrane. I'd suggest that someone gives him a lift back to the grandstand so he can see the winners' ceremony. And I can tell you too that Dominic Herbertson has taken the lead at Cronknamona. He's 4 seconds ahead of Michael Rutter. What a lap this is turning into. So yeah, Mark Herbertson, somebody get him back here to the grandstand in the next lap or so. And number 11, Philip McGurk, is a retirement at the Orrisdale Road North. First bike across the line is number 3, Jamie Coward, and there's no Michael Rutter there. Rutter is not with us here at the grandstand. So what has happened to Michael Rutter? Because we've just had only Jamie Coward through. But are we going to see Rutter through? He should be on Glen Crutchew Road. The klaxon is sounding. So, well, late drama here. And that makes the Oversby Lee Johnston clash at 4th and 5th all the more interesting too. As there goes number 8, Dominic Herbertson, and here is Rutter. Rutter is in. It looks like a retirement. Let's go to Chris.
He has. Oh my goodness me, Rutter's come in and the rear wheel has gone down. The tyre is completely flat to the bottom and he's parked it right up where we stand on the commentary, and this man didn't have any luck. He'd have none at all. Unlucky, Michael, unlucky, man. I tell you what, he said to me, I think he just wants off the bike. I don't think he's bothered about what the officials are going to say to him. Him and the team have had so much bad luck this week, it does not beggar belief. Michael Rutter out of the Locato.im Junior TT race. Tim.
Well, Dominic Herbertson is 14.3 seconds in the lead ahead of number 3. Number 3, Jamie Coward, 104.082 miles per hour. Remember the lap record in the name of Lee Johnston at 105.239. But what a second lap that is from the youngster Dominic Herbertson. He's 14.3 ahead Rutter's still showing in third, but of course we need to see who's ahead now between Alan Oversby and Lee Johnston, and there's hardly been anything between the two of them the whole race, but whoever has got the noses in front will now go into third place here at the grandstand. So Herbertson, well, a big lead all of a sudden. But is it going to be Oversby? And at Cronknamona, the lights are on. Lee Johnston is just 1.8 seconds down on number 2, Alan Oversby, who's currently showing at Cronknamona in fourth. But with Rutter out, either Oversby or Johnston will now be up into third position. So it will be Adam McLean who will probably be across the line ahead of that battle we're waiting for. And indeed there he is. But it should be Lee Johnston that we're going to see next, and that will tell us what our leaderboard is going to look like, because forget that Rutter with that flat rear tyre, this is for third place now, and a place on the podium. It's a little look down at the bike from Lee Johnston as he went through there, and it's Oversby who will be in third position, and he's 3.745 seconds ahead of Lee Johnston. Rutter is still showing at the grandstand in third, but he has retired, so third will be number 2, Alan Oversby. Fourth will be number 13, Lee Johnston. In sixth place currently, but fifth overall as we stand, will be Dan Cooper. 18, Peter Boast is another bike that we need to look out for, because he will be into the top 6 now here at the grandstand. But what a performance it is from Dominic Herbertson. He's 14.3 seconds ahead of Jamie Coward. A last lap at 21 minutes 45.015 seconds and 104.082. Two more bikes into view now. That's Davey Todd and Danny Webb, and they slot into 8th and 9th, or 7th and 8th if you take Rutter out. But now we need to wait for Peter Boast, and he should be the next interview. He's already through at Cronknamona. Where is he going to slot in on the leaderboard? I would imagine it'll be into 6th position, and a comfortable 6th position with taking Rutter off that scoreboard. Near a bike approaching. This looks like Peter Boast. Indeed it is, and he is in 7th, but it will be 6th. And he's well, a long way adrift to Dan Cooper, 38.6 seconds, the difference between those two, but he is 15 seconds ahead of number 5, Adam McLean. Then it's Davey Todd in 8th, and in 9th it will be Danny Webb. So Dominic Herbertson has just, well, he gained something like, looking at this, roughly they've kept station with Coward, actually, with Rutter dropping out and having that dramatic end to his race. And we're really glad that he's come in, and in no mood, of course, to talk to Chris or anyone, so it's parked right next to him. And I think the microphone didn't quite pick up what he said, which was fortuitous. So it's Herbertson that leads. Let's go out to Glen Helen. Dave Christian, drama in this one.
There is indeed. We didn't think it was here, but it is the first man on the road now. It's Jamie Coward. We're just looking at the speed trap times on that second lap, and there was no indication at Sulby Straight, at least, that Michael Rutter was any slower. So whatever's happened is somewhere, we reckon, between Sulby and Ramsey when he started to fall away. But first inclination was that the battle on the road with Jamie Coward was actually holding him up. And Dominic Herbertson was creeping up from behind, but clearly when we looked at the bungalow and the Cronknamona times, it was obvious that Michael Rutter had some sort of problem. Next man in the road swings into view, off the throttle, big knee out from Dominic Herbertson, fantastic style, and his lead is down a little bit. It was 14.3 seconds at the grandstand, 13.1 now. Jamie Coward eked out a second or so between the grandstand and Glen Helen on this last lap, but 13 seconds, and Dominic Herbertson carried a fantastic amount of corner speed here. He looked so much faster through this long sweeping left-hander, and we've got the bike right over as well to make sure that The corner speed was as much as he could carry. Next man in is number 2, Alan Oversby, closely followed by number 1, Daniel Cooper on the road. And Oversby, third place, a minute and 21 behind number 3, Jamie Coward. And that is Daniel Cooper to 4th place at the moment, but Lee Johnston is likely to slot into there when he makes it here. Next man we're expecting to see is number 5, Adam McLean, and Lee Johnston should be just behind him, but Herbertson leads Coward. Number 8 leads number 3 by 13 seconds here at Glen Helen on the last lap. 2/3 of a lap to go. If Dom Herbertson can just hold this together, and he'll come away with a fantastic result for him, although Michael Rutter will be a little bit disappointed with the puncture, to say the least. Alan Oversby looks nice and tidy for his podium. He's got 14 seconds over Daniel Cooper, but Lee Johnston, if he puts in a late charge here, he could just sneak a podium at the end of this, because he was only 3.7 seconds behind Oversby when they passed through the grandstand at the end of lap 2. The riders we are keeping a close eye on, number 37, Mark Purslow. At Glen Helen on lap 2, he was up to 11th place, but I suspect he may gain a couple of places here. Michael Rutter's retirement, I think Phil McGurk also retired as well, and that's going to boost Mark Purslow up, and it already has boosted Pete Boast up. Next man in is indeed number 5, Adam McLean. Safely through here on his final lap of the afternoon on this race at least. And other riders we were looking at, Peter Boast, number 18, up to 7th place. That'll be 6th now, so great afternoon for Pete Boast. 13, there's Lee Johnston, the man we were expecting to see. And Lee Johnston, 5 seconds now the gap. Lee Johnston, 4th place. He has not made any inroads into Alan Oversby. In fact, the gap's stretched out by just over a second. So Alan Oversby confirmed in 3rd place. That's number 2. He is 1 minute and 21 seconds down on 2nd place, Jamie Coward. But he has a 5-second advantage now over 4th place, number 13, Lee Johnston. Daniel Cooper is in turn in 5th place, number 1. He is 9 seconds down on Lee Johnston. And Adam McLean at the moment holding 6th place, but I suspect we're going to see Pete Boast go in front of him when number 18 makes it out this far. Next man I think we should be seeing is Danny Webb, number 6. Webb was in 12th place at the grandstand once we take Michael Rutter out of the equation. Looking back at those other riders, we are following number 79, David Tetley, started 43rd. He was up to 29th, but here's the next man. This is a good fast approach as well from Davy Todd. Just drifts a tad wide on the out there, but manages to keep it on the black stuff. And the next man in behind him, Danny Webb. And there's 7th and 8th, number 12, Davy Todd, into 7th place at the moment, but I suspect we're going to see Pete Boast just pip him and push him down the leaderboard a little bit further. Pete Boast, the next man on the road, and he'll be closely followed by Ollie Linsdell. And indeed, I can hear engine noise as a bike flies out of Glen Helen too. Off the throttle, down the box, foot off the peg there as well. Pete Boast, not sure whether that was intentional, but he's back on and he's safely through. And Pete Boast indeed does take that 6th place, 42 seconds down on 5th place Daniel Cooper, but he has a 12-second advantage over 7th place, number 5, Adam McLean. The other riders we're looking at, David Tetley, I was just about to say, he started 43rd. He was up to 29th at Glen Helen on lap 2. That's number 79. Jeff Smith started 47th. He's made nearly 20 places. Number 38, Jeff Smith, up to 28th place at Glen Helen on lap 2. And Tony Tuttle, number 48. We'll just take this one through. We'll come back to Tony Tuttle as we get a knee out from Ollie Linsdell as he gets the bike lent into this left-hander. Ollie Linsdell, 10th place at the moment of the 10 through, but there are a few going to pop ahead of him on corrected time. And the first one of those is Dave Madston-Migdal, number 16. He is, again, safely through on his final lap. Just edging towards the top 10 for Dave Madston-Migdal. Mark Purslow, number 37, is probably going to go just in front of him. The gap was 8 seconds between them. with Purslow just hanging on to a top 10 place at the grandstand. But remember, everybody gets promoted a place now with Michael Rutter falling out. 15 comes through, Alex Sinclair. Alex Sinclair, number 15, safely through on his final lap. 11th position at the moment, pending the arrival of 37, Mark Purslow. 19 through here now at Steve Ferguson. Again, just holding on to a top 10 position, pending the arrival of Mark Purslow. And the leaderboard, though, is definitely at the top. Dominic Herbertson, 13 seconds his advantage with 2/3 of a lap to go. Number 8, Dominic Herbertson leads number 3, Jamie Coward, by 13 seconds. In third place, number 2, Alan Oversby, 1 minute and 21 behind. And in fourth place, number 13, Lee Johnston, 5 seconds down on Alan Oversby. And making up your top 5, number 1, Daniel Cooper. He is 9 seconds back on Lee Johnston. Back to you at the grandstand.
So it's down to 11.3 seconds. Herbertson's lead at Ballaugh Bridge over Coward. And Lee Johnston is only 2.8 seconds now down on Alan Oversby. Let's see what the situation is at Ramsey with Roy Moore.
Yes, and slower through the Sulby speed trap as well. This race is far from over, but it's certainly Jamie Coward who's first into Ramsey. He breaks the beam, third lap, number 3 on the side of his machine. And appropriately enough, and he is well and gets tucked in behind the bubble on the run up to Waterworks. So it's going to be very, very interesting indeed. I think everybody will be behind Dominic Herbertson riding at number 8 on a former team of William Dunlop, but certainly it's not over. 11 seconds it was at Ballaugh Bridge, but certainly it could be that Jamie Coward is getting that extra bit out of it. Dominic Herbertson is here. It's down to 10 seconds. He still leads. Dominic Herbertson, number 8. He will be with us now. The bike sounds good. He's certainly immaculate out of Stella Maris, down through in exactly the same places where the gear changes, and certainly gets it on the pipe a lot better going away from Ramsey Hairpin than he has done on the previous 2 laps, and certainly that could be an indicator. It's 10.3 seconds the lead for number 8 Dominic Herbertson here at Ramsey Hairpin on the last lap over number 3 Jamie Coward. But Lee Johnston had made up a couple of seconds on that battle between him and Alan Oversby, so that could be an interesting one as well as they head towards the finish. But at Ramsey Hairpin, lap number 3, it's Dominic Herbertson who still leads by 10.368 seconds, and that is his advantage as they will be now going up towards the gooseneck and then the long climb up to the mountain mile. And Alan Oversby has made Ramsey on lap number 2, and Daniel Cooper as well, because they are both together, and it is Dan Cooper who gets the advantage on that one. But then he kind of flicks it out and they go away from the hairpin together, and Dan Cooper just signals to Alan Oversby, lovely gesture there, to go past him, and certainly that was the case. Alan Oversby through. He'll probably realise he's in a bit of a battle. He's 1 minute and 43 seconds down on Jamie Coward, and Dan Cooper is only 9.5 seconds behind him. But it'll all depend on the arrival of number 13 Lee Johnston in that battle for the podiums. Dominic Herbertson safely through, Jamie Coward lap number 3 through, Alan Oversby through, Dan Cooper through, but it all hinges on that. And what a ride by number 18 Pete Boast. Certainly we've been observing quite a few going down the field as well, and that's very well just the way things are. The bikes, quite a few of them keeping going, unlike the 250 the other day, and certainly causing a lot of interest amongst the lower order. Steve Ferguson going well, Danny Webb doing very well on Tony Dunnell, who used to campaign a 3-cylinder Kawasaki round here in production races, and Davey Todd on the Gothlands garage machine. That's the Heartbeat garage, if anybody's not fully aware as yet. Certainly a joy to get back, and certainly looking battered and bruised at the start of the week, but getting that bike round, and he was holding on to 8th position there through Ballaugh on this particular lap. But it all depends on Lee Johnson. Adam McLean is here at Ramsey, number 5, appropriately holding on to that 5th position, but he might be relegated to 7th if the Ballaugh timing's to go by, but he certainly made it here to Ramsey. Tight to the inside, distinctive black fairing, and there is Lee Johnson, and Lee Johnson is up to 3rd. Lee Johnson is 3rd now. He's 1 minute and 42 seconds down on Jamie Coward, but he's pulled 3 seconds here on the run on Alan Oversby to Ramsey Hairpin, and it's 0.727 of a second, the gap between number 13 Lee Johnson in third place and number 2 Alan Oversby in fourth. So the battle for third place on the podium here at Ramsey being led by Lee Johnson at the moment, but certainly Alan Oversby could have something to do with that as he gets all his experience on the climb over the mountain. I suppose the next thing will be, as they climb the mountain for the final time, as to whether they get through, the reliability, the fuel, 3 laps. Well, they normally come in at the end of the second lap, but certainly 3 laps well within the range of the tanks that will be on them. And what a disappointment for Michael Rutter, a flat tyre. We heard Dave Madston-Migdal give an excellent description of how a flat tyre can affect everything. And a couple of years back, it was an oversized tank, a flat tyre. How on earth have you could have so much bad luck round here? Jamie Coward has made the bungalow on the climb. Number 3, Jamie Coward, is safely through. We'll keep an eye on that and have a look out for the top 7 as they go through Ramsey Hairpin. Another machine interview. I can tell you that Dominic Herbertson has made the mountain climb, and there's an extra second advantage there to Jamie Coward. The gap down is now down to 9 seconds at the bungalow on lap number 3. Dominic Herbertson, number 8, still leads, but Jamie Coward just 9 seconds behind him. Also safely through is Danny Webb. There he is there now, number 6. Same immaculate style, a winner of a European round, I think, or championship not all that long ago. Number 18 is here with us now. Let's get Pete Post through. 49 seconds. Pete Post is down on Daniel Cooper, but he's holding on to that top 6 position because he's got a comfortable 13-second advantage over in 7th place at Ramsey. Number 5, Adam McLean. Adam McLean in turn 16 seconds ahead of, in 8th place, number 12, Davy Todd, who in turn holds a 1 minute and 19 second advantage over in 9th place, number 6, Danny Webb. We're looking there for Alan Oversby to see as he made the mountain to the bungalow. Certainly we can't get too excited about it, but it looks as though his name is not flashing. Number 2, Alan Oversby, but he is there now. He is there now, and he's 2 seconds down on Jamie Coward, but it looks as though Lee Johnson, 2 minutes, my apologies, 2 minutes and down on Jamie Coward, but Dan Cooper holding on to 4th, number 1, so no problems with him there, but 7 seconds down on Alan Oversby. So the big thing will be on the climb up the mountain whether Jamie Coward can pull back 9 seconds on Dominic Herbertson, and certainly I don't think we've got time to hang on for Lee Johnson through the bungalow. Back to the grandstand.
Jamie Coward has made it down from Cregnabar, Brandish, Hilbury to Cronknamona. He's got to get now from the signpost, through signpost, Governor's Bridge, and here onto Glencrutchery Road and to the grandstand. 9 seconds the advantage at the bungalow for number 8, Dominic Herbertson, over number 3, Jamie Coward. And in 3rd place, Lee Johnston, and he's 15.9 seconds now ahead of number 2, Alan Oversby, who is in 4th. But we're about to see Jamie Coward cross the finish line at any moment now onto Glencrutchery Road. It's 10 seconds the advantage at Cronknamona that Herbertson enjoys. Checkered flag is ready then for Jamie Coward. We can hear him, we can now see him. Across the line he goes, and that means now Dominic Herbertson has got 50 seconds to cross that finish line and claim his first ever Classic TT win, his first win around the mountain course. We're at 15 seconds. And at Cronknamona, as I say, Herbertson 10 seconds was the advantage that he had, and he should be coming on to Glencrutchery Road very shortly indeed. 27 seconds, 28, 29, we're at 30 seconds. We can hear but can't see him. It's less than, it's going to be, he's got 50 seconds, so it's going to be comfortably inside that. Around about a 10-second win. But Dominic Herbertson, his Twitter handle is cutting down trees to fund doing skids and wheelies. Well, he has managed that a 27-year-old from Hexham in Northumberland, Dom the Bomb, has won the Locate.im Junior Classic TT. Let's go down to Chris Kinley. We'll tell you, Chris, who's in 3rd when we know.
Yeah, it was 10 seconds. It was the Cronknamona. The gap as he came across the line, it was 10.031 but he gets a good second place on the Honda Craven K4. On the Honda into second place. Dominic's going to be coming in here, winning down at Blounder, the pre-TT, number 1 for the bomb. Oh, this is going to be fun. Just thought for a moment he was going to do a burnout, just for a minute. Well, more success for Dominic, and that is great to see. One of the definite characters we have around in the sport nowadays. And this is going to be a very interesting interview. We might need translator, we might need all sorts. Just let Jamie roll forward a little bit, and we'll let him take his gloves off. I can tell you that we haven't got third place yet through Contamona, Tim, no? Yeah, I don't think we have to Contamona sorted out, so we'll go to this, gets a big hug from the team. And here's the old man, go and see the old man and the family. Broke down on the second lap, he was saying, his dad. So, let's do the interview. There's a good shot. Where's our man, Mark? Mark, can we get a picture of the dad and the son together? Mark, get in with Don with a picture, please. Hold on, John, for giving the boys. Picture with you two. Come on, let's get a picture with the dad and the son. Sorry, Stevie, go on, Steve. I'll set your pictures up for your son, don't worry. There you go. This is going to be either he's going to be completely speechless or he's not going to shut up. Which one do you reckon, folks? Which one do you reckon? Get the hat on. Are you stuck for words, Dominic Herbertson, or are you going to rattle on like you normally do?
Let's face it, I'll never be lost for words. That is
many congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, Chris. I had no idea. I had a pit board on the mountain there, and the lovely couple there just putting things in there, old blackboard paint and old chalk. You know, you can't beat the classics, can you? And that's clearly the case. And you know, thank you so much to the Davies team. You know, just for putting an absolutely outstanding bike beneath us. And obviously we've got Dawn and Paul. You know, and they for years, you know, the last couple of years, have wound me up saying you can do it. And I'm thinking, no, you can't. So thank you to them couple of darlings up there, because this is I can't believe this is happening. Like, that's brilliant.
You and Michael Rutt having a battle early doors. Michael went out with all things of a flat rear tyre at the end of the second lap.
Oh, that's good. I mean, no, unfortunate for Michael, that is. You know, it's gutting because, you know, Michael's more than, you know, capable of winning this class. He did the same thing last year. So that's just unfortunate, but that's classic racing. And with this island, you know, you don't need just a fantastic bike. You don't need all the talent. You need a lot of luck as well. And today is my day, and I'm over the moon to say that today is my day.
I think your quickest lap was 104. Lee Johnson confirmed in that third place. Quickest lap was 104 and a bit, I think, second lap.
Oh, brilliant. You know, the lad said it's totally doable. You know, to get Lee in here as well is just brilliant. You know what I mean?
Talk us through the rest of the race. Any problems at all? And track conditions out there, because obviously we've got a race in a bit as well.
No, the track conditions are brilliant. You know, there's obviously those little bit of damp, but obviously with the new tarmac and it's holding on to the moisture, but for that was absolutely brilliant. So no, I think, you know, this classic TT Superbike race is going to be something else. It really is.
Being turned into here, turned in right and into that number one spot, convey that feeling to the people out there listening around the world.
Well, you can't swear on radio, so I can't do that, but it's not. There'll be a lot of swear words involved, but no, it's a feeling like no other, it really is. And I know I've normally got a lot more words than that, Chris, but this is what it means to me. I've worked for everything for this. You know, I've grown up with my father.
Chop down trees.
Oh, I'm going to have to go cut some more down to come back here. But it's, no, absolutely brilliant feeling. I know why, you know, like, Jamie's won this as well, and, you know, Lee, you know, he's put the bike on a podium already, and I can see why they had a smile on their face, but no, this is not going to go away anytime soon. It really isn't.
Well done, Dom.
Thank you, Chris. Cheers.
Well done, buddy. Cheers. Thank you very much for that, Dom Herbertson, your race winner. Yes, and young Jamie gets the second place. Tell us about the race. Well done.
Yeah, it was a good race, really. Michael caught me up fairly early on, and then the bike was a little bit faster than Michael, so I got past him in where I could, and then he showed me through the technical bits a little bit better lines and stuff, so that was quite nice. But the first lap, I going into the 13th milestone, I must not have read the matrix board, but there were quite a lot of oil down from the parade maybe, and I came into there and I just all panicked on because I was the first person on road. I'd slam on and a bit in a panic, but yeah, it were good fun. The bike were faultless again, you know, just lonely, not a lonely ride because Michael there, but yeah, it was good fun.
It was good. It was good fun watching you and Michael come here at the end of the first lap. He was, I would say, I'm going to do this now. It's no good for radio, but he was probably about here, about 8 inches away from your rear tyre.
Yeah, he came past me down the Bray Hill, and I rolled off and just let him go through the bottom. And I followed him for a little bit. But like I said, the bike were pulling really strong today, so we got past him through the fast bits, and yeah, it was just really nice, good fun again.
Was he in front of you when he slowed down?
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, he went through, I can't remember what it's called, the left-hand before Hillsborough. Yeah. We came through there together, and he pointed down at his rear tyre and he just let me pass. So.
Brandish, yeah.
Yeah, Brandish, that's the one. Yeah, he let me through there, and yeah, he was pointing down at his rear wheel, so obviously he must have known he had a bit of a problem.
Puncture.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Yeah, he pulled into the pits here and laid the bike up against the wall, and he was not happy.
Yeah, I was going to say he must. I hope he's not listening, but I hope I didn't hold him up in too many places. But yeah, it was really nice to follow him around. It was lovely. So
did you learn a bit from him?
Yeah, he can actually. He's so smooth, and cause obviously he's experienced, and he was so smooth through some of the technical bits where I was maybe just a little bit stop and start and stuff. But if the second lap, it was really good. I really enjoyed following him. It was nice.
Well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers,
buddy. Cheers. There's Dom getting a big hug from Jamie's mum, and we'll get over to Lee. Let's get the family photograph done first. Quick. There you go. Getting the little one in. There you go. Just move the wee one away, and oh dear, more hair and nearly as tall as us, Lee. Well done.
Yeah, good run round. Just a few little problems, to be honest. I'm super chuffed that the bike's finished because we've had a real tough week with it missing, and the guys have changed nearly everything. We're still doing it, and then we developed a little gearbox problem, so it was a case of get home. But no, I'm mega to get on the podium, and this is sort of the way classic racing goes, isn't it? You just, if you can manage to stay out there, you'll somehow get a result. So that's what we've done.
Track conditions, Dom says, are pretty good now. Bit windy though.
Yeah, it is very windy. Yeah, to be honest, there is still some damp patches and stuff, but on these it doesn't really matter a whole pile, especially the speed I'm going around at.
Good fun on these little ones though, because it is hard work though, isn't it? Even though you're not as quick as what you'd be on the bigger bikes, part of me was saying there's so hard work, you got to keep them going, haven't you?
Yeah, but he's real small, isn't he? Like, do you know what I mean? He's even smaller than us, so God love him. He's got a hard time of it. But no, it is true. Yeah, the hardest thing is keeping your concentration because you're going so slow to what we're used to. You know, I was sitting looking at where people were sitting and stuff, and you're like, oh, you know, concentrate on what you're doing. So, but no, credit to the team to get a first and a third, 2 bikes on the podium. That's a mega result.
Well done, buddy. Cheers.
Cheers, thanks.
Thanks, Lee. Thank you very much. So there's your first 3, and we'll hand it back to you, Tim.
Thanks very much, Chris. Yes, Dominic Herbertson. What a win that is for Dom the Bomb. And, yeah, the Forester from Hexham in Northumberland, and a popular winner indeed. Just tidying up a few things that we didn't have time for in that frantic finish. Jeff Ward, number 42, he knew as well when he was leaving. He got a speed penalty. He was 61.6 through coming out of the pits, so a 30-second penalty for Jeff Ward in the Phil Reed Trophy, which is awarded to the highest placed finisher riding a 250 machine. It is Jeff Ward who's leading at the end of lap 2 ahead of Bill Swallow by 1 minute and 42 seconds. They're the only 2 250s in it because the other 3 that were due to start were non-starters. And it was also down, of course, to Jeff Ward's 30-second penalty for speeding at the... just has added to that, but has brought that down. But let's just go to, and that will factor in, of course, now. The ladies, the female, we like to keep an eye on them. And in the Junior Classic, we've got Shelley Pike, number 78. And in practice, her best was 84.672 miles per hour, 84.84 on the lap 1, but lap 2, 85.87. So another machine just crosses the line, number 23, Ewan Hamilton. And he slots into 14th at the moment, but will start on the leaderboard. And in first place, Dominic Herbertson, a last lap of 103.640 miles per hour, a race time of 1 hour 5 minutes and 51.460 seconds. He won by 10.031 seconds ahead of number 3, Jamie Coward. Last lap for Jamie of 103.984 So a good last lap there from the Yorkshire rider. 1 hour 6 minutes 1.491 seconds for Coward for the race time, and it was 1 hour 7 minutes 53.567 seconds race time for number 13 Lee Johnston. 101.119 miles per hour on the last lap, and he was 1 minute 52 seconds down on Coward. A further 16.4 seconds back in fourth was number 2 Alan Oversby, 99.623 miles per hour on the last lap. Fifth was number 1 Dan Cooper, just 7.467 seconds down on Oversby. Last lap of 99.746 miles per hour. Cooper was 57 seconds ahead of the AJS of Adam McLean, number 5, who was in 6th position, 99.502 miles per hour on his last lap. And he finished 18.3 seconds ahead of, in 7th place, great ride from number 18 Peter Boast. And of course McLean breaking up all the Hondas. 6 of the top 7 are all Hondas, by far the bike of choice in this race. But Peter Boast 97.121 miles per hour on his last lap, and he finished 11.7 seconds ahead of, in 8th place, number 12 on the Norton, Davy Todd, 97.911 miles per hour for Todd on his last lap, and he was 1 minute 6 seconds ahead of, in 9th place, great finish as well for number 16 Dave Madston Migdal, 95.547 miles per hour for no, it wasn't, it was 96.676 miles per hour on the last lap for DMM. He finished 23 seconds ahead in 10th place, number 19, Steve Ferguson, 95.547 miles per hour for Ferguson. We are going for a 5:50 start for the Superbike Classic TT. In 11th was number 6, Danny Webb on the Norton at 95.511 miles per hour on his last lap. He was 5.7 seconds down on Ferguson. 12th was number 9, Ollie Linsdell, 44.3 seconds down on Webb. 13th was number 15, Alex Sinclair, 93.2 seconds, 214 miles per hour on the last lap, 7.9 seconds down on Linsdell. 30 seconds back then was in 14th, number 23, Ewan Hamilton, 94.013 miles per hour on his last lap. In 15th was number 20, Bob Owen, 16.9 seconds down on Hamilton. 16th was number 33, Lancelot Unisart. And in 17th was number 45, Leon Murphy. And 18th we've got number 26, David Travers. 19th, number 27, Will Loader. 20th, number 28, Alec Whitwell. 21st, number 42, Jeff Ward. And 22nd, number 35, Russell Robury. So I can see everyone making their way up into pit lane now, because we have got the podium presentation to come for the Locate.im Junior Classic TT. And then we switch attention straight away to the RST Superbike Classic race, which is due now to start